Good day, children. Hope you all are fine. Today, let us go on with Unit 4. Unit 4 poem, The Ant and the Cricket. Appreciation, let us see, children. Hope you would have understood the poem, The Ant and the Cricket. Explanation part you would have understood. In my previous video, I have done the explanation. Now, I am going on with the appreciation. Children, along with the appreciation, you must be thorough with the glossary part also, children. See, glossary of the poem is also important. Sometimes in appreciation, they might ask what's the meaning of crumb or famine, mildly, like this meanings they'll ask. From glossary part, they might take some hard word and they might ask in appreciation. So you must be thorough with the glossary part also, children. It's not that you read the glossary of prose alone, but you must be thorough with the glossary of poem also. Poem glossary is also very important, children. Hope you be thorough in that. Now coming to the appreciation part. Unit 4, The Ant and the Cricket, appreciation. Let us see now. Based on your understanding of the poem, read the following lines and answer the questions given below. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. So from these lines you must answer, children. Questions are given. Let us see. What was the routine of the cricket? What's the routine work of the cricket, children? The routine of the cricket was to sing and while away the time enjoying the spring. What did the cricket do entire spring month? He was just enjoying, isn't it? So the answer you write, children. The routine of the cricket was to sing and while away the time enjoying the spring. Name the seasons mentioned here. What is the season mentioned in the above lines? The season mentioned are summer and spring. Only two seasons are mentioned, children. That is summer and spring. Okay. Now coming to the next answer. We'll see the next poetic line. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Let us see the questions below these lines. Who does he refer to? He refers to the foolish cricket. You should not write only cricket, children. You must state the attitude of the cricket also. So you must write answer as he refers to the foolish cricket. Why was his cupboard empty? His cupboard was empty because he had not stored any food during summer. His cupboard was empty because he had not stored any food during summer. Okay, now third poetic lines. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. What couldn't he find on the ground? He couldn't find even a single piece of bread on the ground. Why was the ground covered with snow? The ground was covered with snow because of the onset of winter season. The ground was covered with snow because of the onset of winter season. Coming to the fourth question, children. At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. What made the cricket bold? Starvation and hunger made the cricket bold. What made the cricket bold? Starvation and hunger made the cricket bold. Why did the cricket drip and tremble? The cricket dripped, wet and trembled with cold because it was winter. The cricket dripped, wet and trembled with cold because it was winter. Away he set off to a miserly ant to keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain and mouthful of grain. Whom did the cricket want to meet? Why? The cricket wanted to meet the miserly ant to ask for shelter and food. The cricket wanted to meet the miserly ant to ask for shelter and food. What would keep him alive? Shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain would keep him alive. What would keep him alive? Shelter from rain and a mouthful grain would keep him alive. Now coming to the sixth question. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. Why do you think ants neither borrow nor lend? Ants are industrious and good planners, so they neither borrow nor lend. Ants are industrious and good planners, so they neither borrow nor lend. Who says this line to whom? The miserly ant says this to the silly cricket. The miserly ant says this to the silly cricket. Seventh one now. No. Oh, sorry. Not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. Who does I refer to? I refer to the silly cricket. I refer to the silly cricket. What was the nature of the cricket? How do you know? The nature of the cricket is to sing day and night and be happy. The nature of the cricket is to sing day and night and be happy. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. The ant refused to help the cricket. Why? The ant refused to help the cricket since they will end up in starvation giving food to the silly cricket. The ant refused to help the cricket since they will end up in starvation giving food to the silly cricket. Explain the second line. Since the ant closed the door, the poor little cricket had to turn and go away. Since the ant closed the door, the poor little cricket had to turn and go away. Now ninth one, children. He wished only to borrow. he would repay it tomorrow. Pick out the rhyming words in the above lines. What are the rhyming words, children? I said no, how will you pick out the rhyming words? You will check out the rhyming words from the last word of the line. I told you this in my previous appreciation class, children. Either rhyming words or rhyming scheme, you will check out from the last word of the line. So what are the last words here? You could see borrow, tomorrow. You see the words rhyming. One to other it is rhyming. So the rhyming words here is borrow. Borrow and tomorrow. Now give more explanation of rhyming words from the poem. You can find out some many words, children. I mean some words from the poem, no? From end of each and every para, no? You can find out many words. See, I'll read out some words here. The remaining words you can check out from the poem, children. Sing, spring. It's rhyming, isn't it? So this is one set of rhyming words. Then home, come. Home, come. This is another set. Then found, ground. This is third set of rhyming. See, tree, me. See, three words are rhyming here. Consecutive three lines, no? See, tree, S-E-E-C, tree, T-R-E-E, tree, M-E, me. All these three words are rhyming, isn't it? Then bold, cold, it's rhyming, no? And, grant, rain, gain. See, you could see the other set. Like this, no, children, from every para you can pick out the rhyming words. I have done some 6 to 7 sets of rhyming words, children. You try the remaining. From the remaining part of the poem, you try to find out some rhyming words like this. Okay? I don't want to go with all the rhyming words, children. You must also know how to find out the rhyming words, so you can try doing it. Now let me go on to the last question. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang? Say, you say? You sang, sir? You say? Okay. Mention the rhyming scheme employed in the above line. Now from this para, no, children, you will pick out the rhyming scheme. I told you how to pick out the rhyming scheme, children. Rhyming scheme also you will go from the last word of the line. You must check out the last word of the line, children. Now here see the first line, light. Light is the last word. Whatever is the word, no, children, first word you will go A. So light, no, you will mention it as A. Second line, last word, check out night. Now you must see this night is rhyming to light. You must check out. Is it rhyming, children? Yes. Night, light. Sounding same sound, isn't it? So you can carry forward the same alphabet. For light, what alphabet you gave? You gave A, isn't it? So the same alphabet, no, you can carry forward. A, you can write. Now third line, gay. Last word is gay. Now night is rhyming to gay. It's not rhyming. Light is rhyming to gay. It is not rhyming. So what you should do? The next alphabet you must go. You have written A you have written for first two lines. For third line, what alphabet you will write? You must go on with the next alphabet. What is the next alphabet? B. You must write B. Now fourth line, last word, say. Say is rhyming to gay. You must check from above lines, children. Say, gay. It's rhyming, isn't it? So what's the alphabet you wrote in the third line? You wrote B. The same alphabet you must carry forward to the last line also. You can write B. Now what is the rhyming scheme? A, B, B. It's very simple, children. Where the word is rhyming the same sound, you can give the same letter what you have given to the above line. If it is not rhyming, the sound is different, then you must go to the next alphabet. Okay. So here the rhyming scheme is A, B, B. Yes, children? Hope it is clear for you. Rhyming scheme and rhyming words are clear. Now, we shall go with the next thing, children. That is, based on your understanding of the poem, complete the summary using the phrases given below. Below the poem, no children, see below this passage, some phrases are given, children. From these phrases, no, you must write the correct phrases. Okay. See, I will show you where the phrases are. Here, see, in this box, phrases. That is, answer part is given. You must choose the correct phrase and fill up the blank. Okay. Now, let us go to this part, children. In this narrative poem, the poet brings out the idea that is essential for every creature. He conveys this message to the readers through a story of what story, children? An ant and the cricket. To the story of ant and the cricket. The ant spends all its summer saving some grains. The cricket sings and dances. The cricket sings and dances happily in the summer. He doesn't save. Doesn't, D-O-E-S-N apostrophe T. Doesn't save anything for the winter. When the winter comes, he is worried that his kitchen cupboard is empty. So, he seeks the help of the ant to have saving for future. To have saving for future. And a warm place to stay. And a warm place to stay. The cricket was even prepared to repay it in the future. The ant made it clear that ants never borrow nor lend. The ants never borrow nor lend. He also inquired the cricket if it had saved anything when the weather was fine. The cricket answered that it had sung day and night, enjoying the pleasant nature. Enjoying the pleasant nature. The ant threw the cricket out and stated in a stern voice, it should dance in the winter season. It should dance in the winter season too. In his concluding lines, the poet affirms that this is not just a fable, but it is true and applicable to human beings also. Applicable to human beings also. Yes, over children? Okay. Now coming to the poem, children. Take out the poem page. We shall see some rhyming words and figure of speech we shall see, children. Okay, take page number 15, 115 from your book, children. See, we shall see some rhyming scheme from the first para. Sing. Mark it as A. Whatever the first word is, no, children, the last word of the first line, whatever the word is, A, you will write A. Now the second line, last word, spring. You must see if sing and spring both are rhyming. It's rhyming, isn't it? Sing, spring. You must open your mouth, say loudly and see. Only then you will know either the words are rhyming or not. Now sing, spring, it's rhyming. Now what alphabet you wrote for sing? You gave A. The same alphabet you will write for spring also. Write it as A. Now third line, last word, home. Now home is rhyming to spring. It's not rhyming, isn't it? Home is different pronunciation. So let us go with different word. You will go to the next word as B. Come. Now come, fourth line, last word, come. Is it rhyming to home? Come, home. You should see the falling sound of the word, children, not the upper sound. You must see the falling sound, the last sound you must see. Home, come, sounding the same, isn't it? So the letter that you gave for third line, the same alphabet you will write for fourth line also. What letter you gave? B you wrote, the same B you will write. Now what's the rhyming scheme here? A, B, B. Yes, children? Now you will try the same format with other paragraphs. The remaining paragraphs, now children, you will pick out the rhyming words and rhyming scheme from the remaining paragraphs. For your practice you will do with children. Now let us see some figure of speech. From the first line, children, a silly cricket accustomed to sing. What is figure of speech, children? A silly cricket. It is personification. Giving human characteristics to animal or to dead thing, it is personification. Underline, children, a silly cricket. Underline and write personification. 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 Over. Yes, children. Now, moving on to the third para. Finish? Now third para, third line, children. All dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. See, all it's repeated. The word all it is repeated. So what is the figure of speech here? Repetition. Underline that all children. Third line I am repeating. All dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Underline the word all children, and figure of speech over here is repetition. REPETATION. Repetition. Over. Okay. Now fourth para. Fourth para, last two lines you see. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. Consecutive two lines, the same word is repeated. He, it's repeated. So when words are repeated, the beginning words are same in the consecutive line, then what is the figure of speech? The figure of speech is anaphora. You must know, children, why anaphora? See, consecutive lines, that is one line to the next, same words. The lines begin with the same words. He. Okay, consecutive lines, it is repeated, same words. He. So, figure of speech over here is anaphora. 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 Over. Yes, children. Hope you all are writing as I say. Now coming to the next page. before para of the last para. You check out to the last para before, children. Here also you see third and fourth line. For all nature looked gay. For all nature looked gay. Same words repeated, children, in consecutive lines. The lines begins with the same word, for. So what's the figure of speech here? The figure of speech is anaphora. 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 Over. Now last line, last word, last para, last line, children. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. What is the line here, children? What's the figure of speech? It is metaphor. Figure of speech over here, the last line figure of speech is metaphor. Why metaphor, children? Crickets are compared with human being. Comparing, indirect comparing, children, it is not given like. See, cricket, some cricket have 4 legs and some have 2. Here 2 is compared to human being. So what is the figure of speech here? The figure of speech is metaphor. 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 Yes, children, when you write figure of speech, you must know for how we are mentioning it. You must understand and write figure of speech. Yes? Hope you have understood the figure of speech, children. The devices you have understood. Do write all the notes in your classwork, children. Appreciation, figure of speech, all write in your classwork. This will help you to understand the poem better. Thank you, children. Let us meet in the next class.